11 miles, 18 right now.
With a camera.
Live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas, this is Runway DFW in color. Now, here is your host, Walt Zwerko.
Well, we're going to give it another try here from the friendly confines of Founders Plaza. It's Walt with Runway DFW. I'm not sure what happened. I tested our stream and it was giving us spectacular internet connectivity. And then it just kind of crashed and burned. So we have reduced our streaming quality. I mean, my quality is going to be the same, but our stream is going to be a little fuzzier. But hopefully that will take care of any gremlins that we might have. And we're going to power through until 9 o'clock Eastern time, Central time.
Crash
So
mark,
let's
Sterling 268, 142.
hang on a second here. I think we've got a large aircraft coming in.
That's correct.
And that will have been American Flight 962 from, where is that? Sao Paulo. Okay. So that's our opening shot here for you, and we got more to come, including a Queen of the Skies. So stay tuned for that on Runway DFW. Well, thanks everyone for refinding us. I know many of you have, including O'Malley, who says, morning y'all. Channel member Bill Caldham says, good morning from Southwest Arkansas. Hope you're doing well. Well, we've had better starts to our day, but we're going to keep at it. Beaker and Honeydew says, here for round 2. Good morning, Walt. Thank you for finding us. Marie Isbell, channel member, says, those stinking gremlins this morning. LOL. A few trains at channel member says, welcome back, with a sunrise there, a smiley sun. James Tokini says, take 2, and look at that. I think I pronounced your name finally correctly, James. The channel member, James Tokini. Marie Isbell, again, says, good morning from sunny and hot California. Well, it's not sunny and hot yet there, is it? It's
Tower American,
like 4 a.m.
399, Lightry inbound.
I don't think we're going to have quite
20
as
right sun line, American 399.
spectacular a sunrise as we had for you on Saturday morning, because there aren't any clouds to break it up. But one reason why we're here so early in the morning is because when we would normally come to you at night, even after the sun goes down, it's going to be close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit here in North Texas. So this is the coolest part of the day, and where's our little thermometer here? Oh. Well, it's July 18th. We'll reiterate that. And there's our thermometer. It's only 83 degrees here. It's like you almost need a parka. Now, I was saying a little earlier, teasing you perhaps with the appearance of a 747. And indeed, if Flight Radar 24 is to be believed, we have an Asiana Cargo 747-400, which is on the move. And we will be seeing it poke its distinctive head out of that area right there from the West Cargo facility. So we're on the lookout for that. Wendy KLM fan says, good morning, Runway DFW. Greetings from Holland. I understand that in parts of Europe it is very, very warm. So I hope everybody who's watching and listening from across the pond will stay safe and cool. And that same advice goes to a lot of people watching here in the USA. Another early riser, John Kelly Grant. Good morning from San Jose, California. Channel member Mick Larkin says, good morning, Walton, everyone.
RNAV B Park, 1A left, clear for takeoff, bearing 268.
Evelyn MD, channel member, says it's 91 degrees and it's only 4:13 a.m. So Evelyn MD, obviously on the west coast of the USA. Luke Moulds checking in from Masterton, New Zealand at 11:15 p.m. on Tuesday night. We have an aircraft about to enter your viewport there. It's going to be Spirit Flight 268 from, we're going to Las Vegas, an Airbus A320neo. Yeah, we're about to see arrive American Airlines Flight 399. Listen to that. We're going to train our sights on American Flight 399 from Anchorage, Alaska, where it's got to be cooler there.
Park on West Side, Bravo 9. Whiskey Maple, hold short of 18 left, American 39.
We say good morning to Ryan Buntrock. Channel member Cafe Spotter says good morning, Walt. Watching from Northern California where it's 4:14 a.m. And a few trains at channel member. Says today's weather in Crewe in England. The UK is cloudy with rain, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, 16 Celsius. What do we have there taken off? Little teeny tiny plane. Seems to have come from the executive terminal. So that was Midwest Aviation flight 353, a Learjet 75, headed to Seattle. Not SeaTac though, to BFI, whatever airport that is, in the Seattle area. You're about to see Frontier Flight 2711. There it is. It's going to San Francisco. It's a Airbus A320 Neo, and it's got, what's it got on there? It's got Sonny the Shark. Sonny the Lemon Shark. Good morning, Sonny. Still keeping my eye on the Asiana 747. We should see that
out of the way, 1A left,
soon.
2711. Tower 2, morning American 22, be show 1 left. Triple land 1A right.
This plane failed to pull into my pre-planned shot. What's a photographer to do?
Park, clear to go 18 left short, Frontier Flight 2711.
Looking down there, we've got our regular quotient of Sun Country planes. We've got 2 there. And let's see what we got here. Oh, I saw another one. Yeah, there's another one there, along with a contour plane. You may be able to hear it now. The distinctive sounds of the Queen of the Skies. There it is. Ted Preston says, good morning, everyone. Coffee and planes, a great way to get your day started. I totally agree. Ryan Buntrock says, stay safe, all in Europe. We expect this surface of the sun temperature in North Texas, but y'all generally don't, and that is very true. You know, there's many homes, and I guess probably some businesses too, that just don't have any air conditioning because of the what has been a temperate climate. So if you don't live in a place that has air conditioning, it's going to get really hot. Maybe it's a good day to go to the shopping mall or go see a movie. But do stay out of the heat. I can relate because our home here last week was without air conditioning for, I don't know, it seemed like the whole week. It was, I think, 3 or 4 days.
Over ground 45. 47, weather good.
Need to put our alert in here. Now that'll get your attention, right? I need to get some music for that animation. Or some little stinger. So, what can we tell you about this particular aircraft? 747-400 series. Born in 2004. And again, this is off to Seattle. Just like that teeny tiny Learjet we saw, although this one's going to SeaTac and not to whatever airport that thing was going to. Yeah, I don't see anything on the horizon, so we can focus all of our attention on this fine aircraft.
We can observe the Jackery of the 2022 for runway 18 descent and acceleration. For shoulder board runway 18 left to Jackery and clear across runway 18 right and acceleration.
It appears as though it's... Oh, there it goes. Just waiting for clearance to cross the runway. So it's going to be crossing the arrivals runway 18 right on its way to 18 left. Denny Rizkayawan is our newest subscriber to Runway DFW. Thank you, Denny. On our last broadcast on Saturday, we did surpass the 12,000 subscriber milestone, which is been waiting for that one for a while. Thanks to all of you. Wisconsin Dave says, morning, Walt. Sorry I'm late. Well, if you were here on time, you would have seen the Runway DFW meltdown. Not our meltdown, but our internet signal kind of went kaput. So we are here to treat you. Let's kind of make up for it with a little bit of Queen action. Wendy KLM fan says the Queen is granting us a visit. And KLM fans would be disappointed to come to Dallas-Fort Worth right now because there are no KLM flights, unfortunately. I think you got to go down to Austin to see KLM. And we'll be doing that at some point again. Channel member Ty says, good morning, Walt. Happy to have you along for the ride. So, this big bird's going to make a turn and head south. Well, it's going to Seattle, but to take off this morning, as we are in South Flow, it's going to be pointing its blunt nose to the south.
Aviation 244, good day.
So off it goes to the Pacific Northwest. There's the east tower of DFW Airport with the hazy skyline of Dallas in the background. I believe we saw a plane there, did we not? Well...
American 294 ready when he left.
It's American Airlines Flight 294. It's a Airbus A321-200 series, and it's
right,
going...
left, line up and wait, American 294.
It's going to Los Angeles. They're on runway 18 left. See it again in a minute here, is it? No, I don't think it's... Well, yeah, it's going to stop short of that shot. All right, be that way. There it is in the morning light.
Pineapple Air 18 left, short, American 294, clear for takeoff.
Tower, good morning, Envoy 512, visual 18 right. Blue land 18 right, Envoy 512.
All right, let me look at the what's happening here. Nothing happening at the moment over here on the west side of the big airport. Tim Heasley says, good morning everyone from Wheatland, Pennsylvania. I don't have any idea what part of the state. That's a big state. I don't know where Wheatland is. I don't think I've heard of that town before, but good morning to you. Who else we've got here? Channel member Louis DeHaan says, good morning, Runway DFW, and hello, Walt, and hello to you, Louis.
Switch, American 294.
Roger Williams, good morning, fellow Runway DFW spotters.
Tower, any chance Envoy 512, 5 steps?
And our channel member and moderator and one of our initial
All right, sounds good, 18 right.
supporters
Envoy
here
512.
at Runway DFW, Michelle Morris says howdy. And some of you were talking about the sunrise. I have positioned myself in a place where, and the sun is in the sky in a place where I can't see the sun. I see the sun rising from, if I go about 2 feet over left or right of the camera position, but see that obelisk there, that monument, that's the Runway DFW monument. The sun is right behind it. Now, on Saturday, I was over at a position to the left of where that obelisk is, and I had a clear view of the sunrise. Not today, because I parked myself more in front of the UPS cargo area in order to see any morning activity over on that side of things. So there you can kind of see the sun. You see it there? It's kind of poking from between the water fountain and the Founders Plaza monument there. So I didn't cue the sun really well this morning, unfortunately. Grackles are here. Can we see the sun on this shot? Well, you can see the glow in the sky, but you can't really see the sun. We do have a plane coming in. It's American Eagle flight from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Yankee Doodle Dandy says a FedEx Airbus A300 from Memphis is
Left, crap 185.
8 minutes out. And it'll be coming in on the east side, undoubtedly. We'll try to catch that if we can. I see it on the radar. It's an Airbus A300. Eyes Pie. Or is that I Spy? Eyes Spy. It's our newest subscriber to Runway DFW. Thank you to you. There is I guess that's the lone MD-11. We almost always we have 2 or more MDs here, but this morning this is the only one right now. And the cargo door is open. And I kind of peek in there and see some cargo. Right. A little breakfast hunting there. Seems to have found something. Just a little hard to get at. Ah. We can now see the sun, or at least most of it, from our vantage point. Timmy Tushu says, hey, good morning to the show in chat. Channel member Chuck Tolsma and friend of the channel says Eclipse. And Josh Aldrich quips DFW Stonehenge. I like that. The Stonehenge consisting of a monument and a water fountain. So I see the A300 from Memphis now about 3 minutes away over there, over yonder on the east side of the airfield. Josh says, I guess the early bird does get the worm. And there's circles spinning, and then all of a sudden, we're back on the air. So, thanks for bearing with us there. I think this may be... Where'd it go? Is that FedEx plane we talked about? Yes. The FedEx A300 coming in from Memphis over on the east side. This whole internet thing is so weird. We were on the air for 4 hours on Saturday without even a hitch, and so far been nothing but problems connectivity wise here this morning. So I do appreciate your patience and your perseverance. James Tokini says, yeah, did we lose it again? And the answer is yes. Wisconsin Dave says, I think that bird hit a wire. Yeah, maybe that bird was chewing up our wires. I don't know. So, okay, we're here with you. We've got planes to see. The sun has riz. And we've got American Flight 261 from Austin coming in at this juncture. So let us take a look at that. And when I say Austin, of course I should specify Austin, Texas, capital of our state. So this is about as cool as it's going to get here today. 83 degrees. It really doesn't feel bad at all. It's a little humid, but a nice morning. I mean, if you had to do anything outdoors, any work, any yard work, anything like that, this would be the time of day to do it here in North Texas.
Hi, Whiskey Lima, clear to cross 1 left at altitude 0.65.
Mark Perry says, morning, Walt, maybe solar flares. Being a ham radio operator, don't care for them. Yeah, when we were broadcasting on Saturday, some people were mentioning when we did a close-up of the sun, which was kind of filtered through the clouds, it almost looked as though the oops, sorry about that. It almost looked as though there were sunspots that could be observed. I've got another plane coming in. I'm resetting on my main camera here. It's another E-jet. It looks like it's going downhill. I don't know what happened. What's happened to our camera here. Hold on a second.
American 116 heavy, we're coming up on 10 feet.
So we've got two heavies in a row coming up here. First of which is going to be American Flight 115.
Right, American 116 heavy.
From Honolulu, and right behind it is American Flight 116.
116 heavy, right.
From Maui. So two Hawaii flights back to back. The first of which is going to be a 787-8, and the second one will be a 787-9.
Kilo cross 20 left, and only take 5, Runway 35, 25, 1.
Dreamliner time here at Runway DFW. These morning arrivals from the Hawaiian Islands generally come in close proximity, but I don't know if I've ever seen them come in back to back. But that is what's happening this morning.
Alpha 34.
Now we're waiting for the Maui flight. A little more than 6.5 hours in the skies. Someone was asking here if there's ever a problem finding a spot. And never really counted how many spaces there are here. Parking spaces. There's probably at least around 50 spaces in this horseshoe around Founders Plaza, and then there's some overflow parking as well. The last time I saw it at capacity was on July 4th, when people were here to see fireworks and planes.
DFW Tower, Tower 4926 with you. Visual 1 right.
It was also very crowded the day that British Airways launched its 787.
Clear to land runway 18
sorry.
right, Tower 4926.
Launched its A380 service from London last, I think it was July 1st. It was right around this time of year. Big crowd on hand. So we say aloha to the flight from Maui.
East side.
Aviation says not a bad flight
I'm
from
sorry, say that
Maui.
again, please.
Nice to have the non-stop to DFW.
Echo Alpha, short of 1.
Wisconsin Dave.
Left American.
Always amazing that something that large can land that smooth. And Michelle RS says, there's Walt. Hello, Michelle. Glad you could get up early with us today. Allie French says, Walt, dearest Walt, great to see and hear you. Hope you are doing great today. I'm doing okay, yeah. I can do without these internet disruptions, however. Not a fan of that. Next arrival is going to be an American Eagle flight from Longview, Texas. It has been in the skies for 31 minutes now on a CRJ 701ER.
Runway 3848, visual 1 right.
We shall turn our attention to that.
Clear to land 1 right, runway 3848.
MJ Scanlon Photographer says, greetings and salutations from Memphis. Good to see you, MJ. I haven't seen you in a while.
Cleared to cross 18 left at Alpha.
Glad you found us today. Becky Davies says, good afternoon, Walt. And good afternoon back to you. Here comes the flight from Longview. All right, what's happening? We've got American Eagle 4926
Cross 18 left, Alpha Reed.
from Stillwater, Oklahoma, CRJ 701ER coming on down. That is a grueling 38-minute flight from Oklahoma. You'll be here momentarily, just crossing Highway 114 and 121, and now it enters our viewing area.
Well, proceed and clear to land runway 18 right, Skyward 50 left.
We do have another Queen on the way, UPS Flight 752, coming in from Louisville. And
Golf 8, cross 18 left, Alpha out, ground pump up, good morning, Skyward 4920.
we'll be seeing that plane, if Flight Radar 24 is to be believed, in about 23 minutes. So about 7:15 is when that is scheduled to arrive. And we've got a place all staked out for it right in front of us.
American 304, Nettie.
I would like to say thank you to Michelle RS, who has just
And we're slowing American 304.
given the gift that keeps on giving, a gift of 5 Tri-Jet memberships. Thank you,
Cross 18
Michelle.
right, hold short of 18 left, Mar, take 6.
West side envoy 38, or yeah, west side envoy
I
38.
got a little nepotism going there. With Johnny
Okay,
Dodge,
cross 18 left, 25. You have a great morning, envoy 38.
Michelle's brother taking advantage, Timmy Two-Shoe, also
Alpha 1 left, left 5 and 18 right, or 18 left.
now on the docket as a member. Sumil Bandari, a familiar face here and now the recipient of a membership gifted by Michelle RS along with Ms. Wolf's 13. So congratulations to all of you and thank you to Michelle RS. This is Martinair. We've been watching this Martinair Grand Caravan.
$19.96.
So the first recipient today of our musical shout out for 20th Century Aircraft. This one's going to Abilene in Texas.
First available high speed, Skyward 50 left.
So thank you again to our friend and moderator and channel member, Michelle RS. For the gift of 5 Tri-Jet memberships to Runway DFW.
18 left, Skyward 50 left.
Well, we've got American Flight 304 coming in from Birmingham,
American
Alabama.
266, one
It's an Airbus
stage right, parking it
A320.
down.
And I signal.
We're going to land on 18 right, American 266.
Tower 111 show, 18 left shortened, open.
We're going east side. Alright, Golf 8 to cross, 18 left, Alpha route, and over the bridge, talking to the east ground, 304. And Alpha route, just to remind me, is that Foxtrot? Fox Alpha.
Hey, Aviation says, Walt just read your bio. Native Hoosier here. Remember WLWI very well.
Cross 20 right, cross 20 left, point.
Yes, I started my professional TV career at WLWI, which later changed its call letters to WTHR. And
Over the bridge and 0.65 on time.
I was there for about 5 years. As we switched over from, I was in the news and doing photography and producing, and we switched over from shooting film to shooting videotape, which was an interesting time to be in. Seems like a million years ago now. American Flight, what is this?
To go 18 left, line runway heading, Martech 666. Here we go. Tower, good morning, Scale, 142, 5 mile, Vigor, 18 right.
I missed the flight number. There's too many planes on the flight radar to see what flight number that was. It was coming from San Antonio, I believe, though. Well, here goes that Martin Air flight. It shouldn't take too long to get off the ground.
Hey, we're over on the east side today for 2266. Echo Alpha, hold for the 18 left, 2266.
Martech 666.
Tower Bear 617, 16, visual 18 right.
Yeah, that sounds a lot better. 240, Martech 666.
Cleveland, runway 18 right, American 266.
Just a reminder that you are watching Runway DFW, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. We're here with you for about another 2 hours, and in about 10 minutes we should be seeing a 747 landing, so hang out with us here on Runway DFW. Our friend and fellow streamer and member of the channel, Epic Toastman, says he is aboard Southwest Flight 3377 off to LaGuardia, departing in about 3 hours. So safe travels to you, ETM. So Epic Toast Man, are you taking your gear along with you? We're going to get to see some Big Apple streams from you. We'll watch your channel for that. Channel member Evelyn MD says 12,000 subs. Nice.
Target Eastbound 3146.
Jeffrey Booth says, good morning, plane spotters. Going to be another scorcher here in north central Texas. That is
cross 18 left,
without question. The Grackles are back at it as we await the arrival of American Flight 1716 from Greensboro, a 737-800.
Tower American 4551, 18 right. Gonna land 18 right, American 4551.
And Jeffrey says, I hate grackles, which is the bird we were just looking at.
Bravo 6, American 50.
And we have a clarification from Epic Toast Man says, won't be streaming from New York, but right after I get back, I will pack for Miami, which I'm doing a show from. Well, that sounds interesting. Miami sounds like a great place to do streaming from. If you can find the right spot, there's just so many different planes that you don't normally see here in North Texas. All the Central and South American and Caribbean flights. And I'm looking over here and seeing some pick-em-up trucks from the ground operations team. I don't know if that means we're going to have a runway shut down or not. Here comes an Airbus A319, American Airlines from Amarillo, Texas, flight 807. Cyber Surfer 98Z, good morning from Plano. Can't wait for November or December, whenever it gets cooler. Well, you know, in November and December and January, it can get very cold here. I've been here on some pretty icy days.
Alpha Group, 65 to the top of the Alpha Bridge, American 807.
Let's check in on the cargo side of things here as this MD-11, which came in earlier, gets unloaded. The 757, I'm sorry, the 747 from Louisville, now just 3 minutes away. Well, according to Flight Radar, it's got a bunch of planes ahead of it. 1, 2, 3, but it does look like it's positioning itself to, well, I can't tell right now. It'd be logical for it to land over here on the west side because that's where it's got to go, but it will land where the flight controllers tell it to park itself. Somail Bhandari, celebrating 1 month of membership with Runway DFW. Good morning, Walt. Hope you are enjoying the stream today, my friend. So nice to have been here with you. We really appreciate it today. Well, glad to be back on a more or less regular schedule. We went 7 days without a stream last week because of grandfatherly obligations and air conditioning outages and just all sorts of crazy stuff going on. My car is still in the shop. We're going to look at American Flight 3384 coming in from Laredo. It's American Eagle Flight 3384. On an Embraer 175. We've got some aircraft history coming in from
go ahead, cross 18 left, ground plane 5
MJ Scanning Photography. Talking about that UPS MD-11 N294UP. Originally, Delta Airlines also flew for World Airways before coming to UPS. And I always wonder what, if these planes could talk, what they would tell us about their adventures and world travels. A handsome plane. Kevin Kelly says, Walt, there's an MD-11 coming in late, a UPS MD-11, so we will be on the lookout for that. So let's see, we've got just one plane betwixt us and the 747, which is coming in over on our side of the airport. It's going to be a 747 800 series. A 5-year-old 7478.
Clear to land 108, warning right, 120 for left turn on GPS, that's 5 West side, Delta 1.
We get to that plane. We'll be looking at
cross 18 left, ground plane 85,
American Eagle 3448 from, I want to say Tallahassee. Yes, Tallahassee in Florida, an Embraer 175 LR. You can probably hear the wind. 11 miles an hour is the velocity according to the airport's most recent report that I have coming out of the south. So again, we're waiting for a flight from Tallahassee, and then right behind it will be our second queen of the day, Flight 752 of UPS. Here, however, is the preceding flight from American Eagle.
Aviation 11, live wait, 1 left. RV park clear for takeoff. 18 left, short, American Eagle.
Newly anointed channel member Johnny Dodge says, looking great on the stream, Walt. Thank you. We're glad to have you here, Johnny. And our attention is now turned to the arrival of the Queen.
Left wait, runway 18 left.
See it within 30 seconds in this general direction.
Tower 1 and onboard 33, 14, 18 right.
And after it lands, it will be parking right in front of us. We'll get a really good look at this big bird. Right now, of course, you're looking at trees and utility poles, but here it is now.
So we take up 18 left, gonna have land from their wings through 40 minutes. American 1811 departure, we'll see it. I was moving across 18 left, ground, American 25, 40, 50, visual 18 right. We're there. You need to switch to the left side. For 18 right, 25, 40.
So looks like it's going to come back to us on the central taxiway here between runways 18 right and left.
The left and wait, 18 left, the short turn American in 1965. Tower Envoy 3761, visual 18 right. 18 right, clear land, Envoy 3761. Alright, Echo 4. Confirm clear land for American 2540. Alright, clear land 2540. Hurry in. Alright, we'll change to 1 2 to 1 Back now to learning, clear for takeoff 1 left, American 1965. Pineapple 818, left short, Envoy 3316. DFW Tower, American 2272, visual 18 right. Clear land 18 right, American 2272. American 2540. Echo to Alpha, hold short 18 left, American 2540. Arnett to B Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, short Envoy 3360. Departure American 365, good day. Just confirm that's American 1890. Envoy 1 left short, American 1890. Tower, American 1536.
So even though this plane landed here on
over
the
here on Gulf, just give me a
west
heads up,
side,
we are still waiting on numbers.
quite a trek to come back here and
We'll continue,
find
plan,
its
American
parking spot at
1536.
the UPS facility.
Tower Envoy 3818, visual 18 right.
Hello, hello.
18 right, clear to land, Envoy 3818.
Channel member Chad Hart says, is it just me? Can you guys hear crickets? Yes, there are crickets here. Crickets in abundance, which accounts for all the birds.
Hold short 185 with Envoy 37. Very 16.
Terry M says, chores done. Now coffee and planes with Walt live at DFW. Thanks.
Alpha cross 20 left. And with you, cross 20 right, hold short 18 left, look for 3 Charlie Whiskey. Roger, good day, American 89.
Finally within sight of its parking space.
Well, up short, 18 left, sir.
RW Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 2767.
18 left short, line up and wait for you, 2670. Copy 3 Charlie Whiskey.
Runway, that's 3621, there's 18 right. Right, clear to land on board 3621.
2028, expired road, you have a visual 18 right parking, west parking. One right to the landing, expired road, you have.
Arnav Laren, 18 left, clear to take off at 2670.
Line up away, 18 left, short, convoy 3742.
Going to departure, American 27670. Hold short 18 left to Gulf 8 on board 3818.
Joseph Robinson, what a beautiful sight to see. Lady Bird 747. Channel member Robert Smith says good morning to all. And Ralph
Departure
Reif,
2670.
also a member of Runway DFW, says nice close-up. There they are. There the workers are getting ready to check the plane out. Boy, I can smell that jet fuel right now. Another great queen, says Mike G.
American 1536, unable, still waiting on numbers.
Well, we've got a 767 getting ready to come in.
Cross at 18 left at Whiskey Golf, make a 180, hold short.
This is an ABX Air 767. Coming in from Cincinnati.
Actually, cross 18 left. 25 on 3621.
And it's flying the route which we normally see the DHL planes come in, so we're going to assume it's flying on behalf of DHL today. We'll be seeing it in just a second here. Here it is.
Departure Runway 3742.
One right, clear land here for 946.
1 left, line for White Sun Country 503.
20th century aircraft to add to today's collection.
Right there, Whiskey Mike, Charlie to the runway, 509.
Our nav Laren, cleared for takeoff, 1 left short and infantry 503.
Line up away, 18 left, American 140.
Get a little better look at its livery from this angle. That's about all we're going to see of that plane, at least for now. And they're getting ready to open the cargo bay doors, Hal, on that big 747. As we get ready to welcome American Flight 946 from El Paso. It's going to be an Airbus A320
36 will be ready when you are.
on runway DFW.
Have a good day, 503.
Copy.
RNAV Larry, clear for takeoff, 18 left short, American 140. 18 left short, line of annoyed, American 1523.
Permanent 936.
This is American Airlines Flight 140, which for some reason sounds like an odd flight number to me. 140. I don't know if I've ever heard that one before. It's going to Houston Intercontinental.
RNAV to B Park, 18 left short, clear for takeoff, American 1523.
18 left short and line for weight, American 524.
Switch American 140.
Doing a little camera jiggling there.
RNAV Laren, 18 left short and clear for takeoff, American 524.
Things are starting to get a little busy here at
18 left, line of weight, American 1536.
here on the west side.
Departure American 1523, Sam.
Dieter J is our newest subscriber to Runway DFW. Thank you, Dieter.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18 left, RNF D Park, American 1536. Way left short, line up and wait, American 1506.
So we have, looks like 4 planes, which are jockeying for position to take off.
Left at Alpha.
Looks like American Flight 1506 to Indianapolis, Indiana. It will be first out of the gate. It's a 737-800. And that is there in silhouette as the sun has now risen in the sky to the point where it's increasingly, everything is in the shadows as we look over, we point our cameras towards the eastern sky. Here's the flight to Indianapolis, and we always give a shout out to Uncle Car Guy, who's checks in occasionally from Indianapolis, says, Walt, can you get this plane that's going to Indianapolis or coming in from Indianapolis? And typically the Indianapolis arrivals and departures happen over on the east side, so this is one of those rare occasions.
RNF D Park on a left short, clear for takeoff on way 3904. Other way 18 left on way 35 ET. Departure American 1506.
There's American Eagle Flight 3904. It's going to Tulsa on that Embraer 175. Tulsa, Oklahoma, to be more precise. Less than an hour's journey, probably about 45 minutes or so.
Quick takeoff 18 left, RNF Laren on void 35 ET.
Runway 18 left, American 1569.
I looked at the schedules today, and I don't think we're going to see either flight coming in from
departure on void 3904.
The Middle East this morning. Often, if we're lucky and if they're running a little early, we get to see either Emirates or Qatar come in from their respective origination points. But
I will show 18 right closed, 4111.
I do believe that they were both running a little late today, last I checked. And we have to check out at 9 o'clock.
Quick takeoff 18 left, short, D Park, American 1569.
I do have an alert.
American 9780, 18 left, line up and wait.
I do have an alert now that British Airways Flight 193,
Road departure on way 35 ET.
the daily A380 Super Jumbo flight, the only one that we see here at DFW Airport currently. It has now lit up the radar at London Heathrow. So it'll be here in the afternoon, during the heat of the afternoon, around 5 o'clock, somewhere around there, Central Time in the afternoon. We will regrettably not be here for that today. We'll see it another day.
American 9780, RNAV Laren, 18 left, short and clear for takeoff.
It was one of those longish, kind of slow takeoffs. That was American Flight 2569 to Kansas City. Circle 1 says, awesome close-ups. Enjoy seeing ground operations. Yeah, that's something we can't, it's not always possible to see at every airport. But here we are with the 747 that just came in a few minutes ago, and it's already being unloaded. Scissor Lift Central over there. I'm a little behind on the messaging here, but MG Scanlon points out that ABX 767 we saw landing a few minutes ago was originally from SAS Scandinavian Airlines. And so if you're watching in the chat, you're going to get some really cool additional information from Mr. Scanlon. Farida Bed says 3-camera action, nice. Well, actually, we actually have 4 cameras. Technically, we have 5, although we only have 3 in that matrix. So yeah, I guess we have 5 altogether because we have these 3, and then we've got this camera, and then we don't use it, but we also have this camera. So in a pinch, we've got the camera that's in the computer. So we are not lacking for cameras here at Runway DFW, and of course we have to thank our channel sponsor for providing us with these great cameras. John P. says, good afternoon everyone from the UK. Hope you are all well. We are doing well here, thank you. Louis DeHaan says, according to Flight Radar 24, the 747 will arrive in 57 minutes. Is that true? There's another 747 coming our way. Let me scan the skies for that. So that would be a nice way to end our broadcast.
On up to land, 18 left, short and clear for takeoff, American 1272.
Great All Mike 23, newest subscriber, Runway DFW. Thank you. Well, let's see. Well, I'm not seeing any Queens that are headed this way. But you never know when one might pop up. Actually, that, did we see? I don't think they'll have time to turn this one around in time for us, the one we're looking at here. So I don't know, we'll just play it by ear. And we're looking at this plane because there's really nothing else happening right at the moment. No planes lined up to take off. No planes coming in on this side of the airport.
Over the punch, have a good day.
There's the West Tower in the background. Amit says, greetings from Tel Aviv. Love the show. Thank you, Amit. Our moderator, Bill Platt, says greets us with a super chat of $5. Thank you, Bill. Thank you to the channel sponsor for being humble and modest with a silent support by not looking for admiration and attention, rare quality to have. Well, you know, I've certainly offered to identify our channel sponsor in any way that the channel sponsor wishes to be identified and to promote any product they might have, but that person has said no. Just enjoy. So we are the beneficiary of 3 new cameras and as well as some financial backing, which is not insignificant. So that all helps quite a bit, along with your memberships and your subscriptions. Everything helps us out here at Runway DFW. Our goal is always to bring you better shows and more shows. Right now we're sitting at about 2 broadcasts per week, and that's only because I have to squeeze it in between my regular job and grandpa stuff and household chores and, you know, the whole range, the whole gamut. But there could well come a time when I say sayonara to my regular full-time job if we can make this Runway DFW thing work out financially. So it's American Airlines 367. It's an Airbus A321, and it is going to Phoenix, Arizona, where it is also, I hear, warm, but it's a dry heat. And behind it is an American Airlines flight going to Austin, flight 1232. And behind that, you will see a Delta Airbus A320.
Clear for takeoff, American 367.
And the Delta flight's going to Los Angeles.
Halfway to 18 left, American 1232.
Abraham says, where's your message, Abraham? Greetings, Walt, and good morning. Very sharp images. Thank you. Cyber Surfer 98Z says, thank you, Mark Cuban. I think he's referring to our channel sponsor, and it is not Mark Cuban, although I have met Mark Cuban before in a previous life.
20 left, line up and wait short, Delta 984.
This is that American Airlines flight to Austin. It's going to, it's an Airbus A319. Yeah, I met Mark Cuban when I worked at WFAA in Dallas, a TV station. And we were starting to stream our video content online. And Mark Cuban, one of his, well, he's had many ventures, of course, and one of them was originally called AudioNet, which I believe he founded because he wanted to be able to listen to the sports events from his alma mater of Indiana University. He wants to be able to listen to that online. Something that's very common now, but he kind of set the wheels in motion for that. He created a big, we're talking about Mark Cuban here.
Dr. Laren, 18 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 984.
Got a big warehouse near downtown Dallas and filled it up with computer gear that would stream audio of sports events and local radio stations all around the world.
Tower Envoy 3624 visual, 1 right. Do that 1 around, 3624.
So yeah, I got to meet Mark Cuban a few times, and very pleasant fellow, and certainly knows what he's doing. He's the owner of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team. He has recently started some sort of a pharmaceutical company that does mail order prescriptions on a very cost-effective basis. So it quieted down here just a bit, so we'll keep an eye on that, on the cargo activity over there.
Delta 984, good day.
John P. says, surely it would be Jerry Jones and Mark Cuban. No. And Glenn Killian says, I was going to say Jock Ewing, but I wasn't sure anyone would get the reference. Well, this is Dallas. But no, the person, our benefactor, is a very nice person who actually came out to visit once when they were in town, and liked what we were doing and has been very kind to us. So we thank our channel sponsor, as I'm sure you do, because it helps us get on the air and bring you nice pictures. So there you can see what's going on. It looks like it's way behind us. That's a pretty wide angle lens. Just a few hundred feet away from us is where those UPS planes are. an amazing process to load and unload those planes in such a orderly fashion. We'll tear ourselves away from that for a few seconds here as we watch American Eagle Flight 3624 come in from Springfield. It will be an Embraer 174. Landing in, coming in that general direction as we watch from our perch here at Founders Plaza, a plane spotting area provided for us by DFW Airport, so we thank them very much for this facility. We're kind of on a bluff overlooking runways 18 right and left. And so we've got more than a 180-degree view, unobstructed, of all the planes coming and going over here. What is that? It's American Flight 2269.
Hold short 18 left at Golf Envoy 3624. Hold short at Golf 8 Envoy 3624.
This is 737-800 going to Santa Ana, California.
Very good. 2269, see you.
Yeah, in this shot, you get a little bit of perspective as to how large those 747 engines are compared to those cargo containers. Runway DFW channel member Garrett says, good morning, Walt and chat. Good morning to you, Garrett.
Star, good morning, United. 336, next, hold short, running 18 left. United 336.
Just a little bit of a reminder here that you're watching Runway DFW live and in color. It is 8 o'clock, or just after 8 o'clock, 8:01 to be specific, in the Central Time Zone. We're going to be here for one more hour to bring you whatever transpires in front of our multiple lenses. So stick with us if you can. Grab a cup of something and sit in an easy chair.
Okay, United 336, RNAV B Park, clear for takeoff.
Pop us on the big screen and we'll be here with you for the next 60 minutes from DFW Airport. Well, this is our first United aircraft of the day. It's going to the city adjacent to the bay, San Francisco. It's an Airbus A319. It's flight 336.
And up runway 18 left short, Alaska 365.
Yeah, take it easy, 336.
Another non-American plane. Alaska Airlines Flight 365 to Seattle on a 737-9. Yolanda Postema says hello from the Netherlands. Thank you for the lovely views. Thank you. Garrett wants to know, are we staying coolish and hydrated? Well, hydrated, yes. Coolish, well, you know, as you can see, the temperature on the screen is 84 degrees Fahrenheit, which is, I would say that's coolish, considering it's going to be above 100 again today, later in the day, which is again why we're coming to you on an early morning stream today. Just took another sip from my water bottle. John P. says the channel sponsor is an absolute star by helping you do this, Walt, and I could not agree more. Sharon Wright is our newest subscriber. Thank you, Sharon, for becoming a part of our channel. In about 10 minutes, you'll be able to join in on the chat. We put a 10-minute delay on there. Once you're a subscriber, or once you start to be a subscriber, there's a 10-minute interval to wait. And then you can join in on the chat and participate. And we've got the greatest, you know, we don't always have the best planes, but we've got the greatest people in our chat room. I can tell you. What happened to our picture? There it is. There goes a Dreamliner. It's a 787-9 model. It says it's American Airlines Flight 13 here. It's just come out of the hangar on the west side, off to its next assignment. Traveling, as you can see, under its own power. It's not being tugged
Clear for takeoff, 18 left, RNAV, B Park, Delta 20.
I thank you, William Hayes, for adding to our roster of subscribers here on Runway DFW. Chuck Tolsma says, I wish Alaska had a direct flight to Anchorage. American Airlines needs competition. And yeah, we did see the American flight from Anchorage come in early on in this broadcast, or maybe our first attempt. I can't remember which. I think it was, I don't know. Joaquin Bettenhausen says it's a hot morning in Dallas. But Garrett counters, coolish for DFW, lived in North Texas my entire life and still not used to the heat. It does take some getting used to, that is for sure. It's another Delta flight. This American Eagle Ember 175 coming in from Bismarck in the Dakotas. That Delta flight we just saw go off, that Airbus A319, is headed to Salt Lake City. We're about to see that Dreamliner inch its way across runway 18 left, or 18 right, rather. Hey! It's MD-11 time, almost. In about 2-3 minutes, we're going to see the arrival of UPS Flight 768 from the Worldport in Louisville. Always exciting to see a tri-jet land or take off. Stitch says, Walt, does your equipment ever overheat? And the answer is yes. When I've been here on the hottest days, we occasionally will run into some just inexplicable problems. Just things will freeze up, and I don't think it's ever knocked us off the air, but it does tend to slow things down somewhere. Yankee Doodle Dandy with a congratulations for 12,000 subscribers, and channel member Mary Extraordinaire says congratulations as well. Thank you. Well, I'm glad
we can take 1A right. We need 5 seconds to do that. That's it.
Glad to see that we can reach so many folks.
Should we switch to 1A right?
And again, we're waiting for the...
We are ready for 1A right.
We are ready for the arrival of the MD-11.
All right, we are clear for takeoff 1A right, intersection Yankee, RNAV to Lairn, 79 Delta Hotel.
So we'll bring you as much of this arrival as we can from our current viewing position. Again, this is Flight 768, UPS, coming in from Louisville after a little more than an hour and 30 minutes in the sky. okay today as far as planes we don't see too very much of. We've seen is that a 757 or 767? I think it was 767 coming in from Cincinnati. So the Asiana 747 take off. We saw the UPS 747 land, and now we are lucky enough to bring you an MD-11. It's almost here. It's just about to cross.
Have a good day, and over to departure, Samantha Hotel.
The highway just north of us, and that puts it in our sights. Okay, here it comes. Be so sad when these proud birds disappear from our airports. You know, I'm talking to you, people of the future who are watching this. In, I don't know, 2028 or whatever, when these planes have all been parked or sent to faraway places to live out their useful lives. We'll check back in on that in a minute. Let's check in on American Flight 1229 coming in from Cleveland, Ohio.
Tower United 1586.
Well, look, have they emptied that thing already? Looks like they've removed
Or have to be parked, think so. We're on the round
scissor jack.
United 1586. Clear takeoff 18 left.
And here comes the big tri-jet with its cool sounds.
Hold short 18 left with Lima 1229.
$19.98.
We always like to salute the 20th century aircraft as they approach or depart.
1034, visual 20 right. 20 right, clear to land, American 1034.
Tower Sky 3296, there's a 18 right. Sky 3296, right. Clear to land 18 right, Sky 69.
Headed back where we can't see it too well, but the mighty MD-11. Ghosty Gaming says, morning everyone from New Jersey. And MJ Scanlon Photography says, this UPS MD-11 is ex-Lufthansa with GE engines. So thank you for that extra bit of info, MJ.
Tower Boost 5108 inbound, visual runway 18 right.
And our moderator, Bill Platt, says, I remember just over a year ago when I first became a mod, and Bill was one of the first mods, maybe the first one. We were struggling to reach 1,000 subscribers. What growth the Runway DFW community has had. And yeah, I do not disagree. Thank you, Bill. And it's moderators like Bill and Michelle RS and all the others who make this such a really nice place to spend a couple of hours or a few minutes or whatever time you've got available to you. We have nothing taking off here on the west side right now. But landings we got. The next one will be American Eagle 3296 from Chihuahua. A CRJ 701ER. And it's coming in on runway 18 right in just a second or two. Here on your home for DFW Airport action. Runway DFW with you for about another half hour, a little more.
Tower American 1066 over to the leg ray 1 airline. 1 A right, clear to land, American 1066.
I do hope everybody's staying cool today, no matter where you might be. It's going to be another scorcher here, that's for sure. We are setting our sights now on American Eagle Flight 5108. It's coming in from Peoria, Illinois on a CRJ 900 LR.
Boy 3647, visual 18 right.
And so ends an hour and 38 minute journey from Peoria. Here we are doing our thing.
3 cross Golf 8 and
we've got American Flight 1066 coming in from Mexico City on a 737-800. That's going to be next. Biscuit 542 says, good morning from the state of Delaware. Did you know that American Airlines does not fly here? And you know, you'll have to enlighten me. I thought I read in recent months that there was an airline that has kind of brought commercial airline service back to Delaware, which hadn't had any for a spell. I can't remember what the airline was. Yes, but it wasn't American.
Tower, runway 3914, visual 18 right.
3914, DFW tower, runway 18 right.
18 right, clear to land, runway 3914.
And there goes another Dreamliner headed over to begin revenue service for the day. That was American Flight 13 it was.
Echo 4, Whiskey Lima, hold short, 18 left, and we're parking on the west side.
It's another Cleveland flight. It's American Flight 525, an Airbus A321 off to Cleveland. If I'm reading my screen correctly.
Flight left short, land and wait on 3774.
I know I've never seen two Cleveland flights depart on the west side while I was streaming. I know the thermometer on the screen says 85. But it's really starting to feel hot.
Our departure is 2720.
There you see the 747, which we'd been watching since it came in, and here's a look at the MD-11, which arrived more recently, and they're just getting ready now to deplane the containers. David Sheffield says, good morning, Walt. Thanks for what you do. Thank you, David. We appreciate you watching. I wouldn't even do this if you weren't watching.
Clear for takeoff, runway 18 left short, non-way 3774.
Channel member John H.
Right,
is guessing Avalo Airlines flying into Delaware. That could be it.
Tower Scouts 49.
Joaquin Bettenhausen says, good morning, Walt, you do a great job. Well, I could read these compliments all day long. Thank you. I see some cargo kind of peeking out the door there. Look in the foreground there. There's some sort of an excavation with orange warning net around it. My hope would be that that is for the future fiber optic cable that will let us deliver 4K streams to you without any interruption. I suspect that's probably not the case, but yeah, to get our signal to you, we have to rely on cellular technology.
Tower American 2263 with you, 18 right.
I'm going to show you what we use.
Clear to land, 18 right, American 2263.
So we use that box there. This is an internet hotspot. Taped on the top of it is a fan to keep it cool. And it does a pretty good job, but sometimes we just lose our signal. Inexplicable sometimes. But that's how we send our signal to you. And by the way, you might see that blue cable going out the back of it. That's it's hardwired to our computer. So we're not doing this over Wi-Fi. There's a plane. It's American Flight 520. It's going to Phoenix. It is an Airbus A321neo.
28 left, line up and wait, I'm 135.
If you were with us for Saturday's stream, we were lucky enough to have a captain for UPS stop by. He was riding a bicycle with his brother or brother-in-law, I can't remember which. Captain Josh joined us for a short period of time. He flies both the 757 and the 767 for UPS. And he was on his way Sunday morning for a run to the Louisville Worldport. So I was asking him some questions. I was asking him about the heat, and does it have any impact on flight operations?
71 is 1A right. 941? Yeah, that's the one. 3941, runway 20 right, runway 190,
And he said at Dallas, it's not, or here at DFW, it's not much of a factor because of the long runways, so if you need some extra room to take off, there's no problem. He says it does come into play at higher altitudes. If it gets really hot at higher altitudes, you need more runway to make up for the lower, I guess the lower air pressure at higher altitudes. There's an American Airlines Airbus A319. Well, there's actually two of them there. The one that's got its nose pointed to the right of your screen is going to Amarillo in Texas. And the one behind it, coming up behind it anyway, that one's going to Austin, Texas.
RNAV to land, 1A left short, clear for takeoff, American 26. American 1323, deep descent, only 1A left short and line up away.
Line up away, 1A left, American 1323.
And in the meantime, we've got American Flight 1119 just about to arrive from San Luis Potosi in Mexico. It's going to be another A319. So. If you can believe it, we got another A319 in addition to the one that's poised here for takeoff to Austin. That one. Just a sec, we're going to see American Flight 941 coming in from Monterrey, Mexico. And yes, it's an A319.
Departure, American 2610. Morning, DFW Tower, Skywest 4844, 187. Cleared to land, 1E right, short of Bravo, Skywest 4844.
Next to arrive over here on the west side is going to be American Airlines Flight 2335 from Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Ground point 85, American 941. 1323, good day. And Skywest 4844, we're parking.
Garrett says 5A3 18s. I think he meant 319s. We don't see the 318s over here.
Drone pass off our left wing 392.4. That's 2004. Fourth falling United 74.
Hey, 1729, short and 18 left, line up and wait.
That's the MD-11 we saw come in from Louisville just a bit ago. Still disgorging its cargo. And of course, the cargo it brings in from Louisville. Louisville's the main, or a main primary domestic hub for UPS.
Clear land 1A right number 3373.
So it can contain packages from just about anywhere in the country or the world, really, on this flight that were transferred to it for transshipment to the Dallas area. I see what may be our final heavy jet of the day. Japan Airlines Flight 12 coming in from Haneda Airport in Tokyo. It is about 2 minutes away now. 777-300ER. That was a noisy plane. Whatever that was taking off there. Next up for us is United 2004. An Airbus A319 coming in from the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado.
Jackery 1720.
Flight left, switch takeoff, RWC car, convoy 3619.
DFW forward, stand up 12 heavy, runway wide to right. Runway wide to right, clear to right, stand up 12 heavy.
That's an old plane, but it's not jingle-worthy. Dates back to the year 2001.
Okay, expand 1 to heavy.
All right, we got a flight coming in from Fargo, North Dakota. American 3373 and Embraer 175. American Eagle Flight 3373. Okay, so right behind this is JAL Flight 12. So we shall now get everything ready. Flight 12 from Haneda. Just over 11 hours in the air on that Trans-Pacific journey. Takes a little longer each way now because Russian airspace is being avoided. So it makes the turn to head over to Terminal D, the international terminal here at DFW. I saw something interesting the other day. Some new information about Terminal F, which will be the new terminal just south of Terminal D that is being that has been funded and will be. I don't know if they're doing. I'm sure they're doing some preliminary work on it now. But if I read it correctly, Terminal D will not have any ticketing hall. It'll strictly be a I guess a dock for airplanes to come in and out.
Clear for takeoff, RNAV to B Park.
And all the ticketing will take place at an adjacent terminal, which I guess would be Terminal D, or maybe, I don't know.
Now back to 537, vision one way. Clear land 1 line back 537.
So Garrett says, passengers can only access Terminal F via Skylink, and I believe that is what I read. So, I don't know. Aviation Emily says, good morning, everyone. Cybersurfer 98Z says, does Love Field have a viewing area? I don't think they don't have one like we've got here. Now you can go park up on top of the garages and get a pretty good view of the planes over at Love Field in Dallas.
Course runway 1 direct out to Whiskey Lima 121.85, Australia 130.
I'm going to take one last look at anything that might be arriving that we'd be interested in. Because I think it's time for your host to pack things up and get to work. So what we're going to do now is thank all of our great members who are part of the channel. But before we get to that, I do want to acknowledge our Runway DFW channel sponsor for supplying us with cameras and with financial support. Thank you so much to Kevin of Airline Videos Live for supplying us with battery power that makes our little engine run here. And also to the members of the Runway DFW Moderation Federation for their fine work in making this a great place to chat and hang out. And now, here are the names of our members as of last night. Okay, that's it. Gotta go. Gotta get to our other job. We'll be back later this week with more exciting action from Runway DFW and DFW Airport. Walt here, thanking you again all. And stay cool wherever you are. I know that some of our viewers are in the southern hemisphere where it might be a little cooler. We had a viewer check in from England earlier saying it was coolish and rainy, but a lot of places it's hot, so keep hydrated. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
38 wait for departure. Alpha 38 Great day. Tower, good morning. Flight 3879, inbound Island 18 right, visual. Left short, flying for American.
Stay tuned for The Price is Right, which follows at most of these CBS stations.
We hope you liked it. Too late to change it now.
Acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.
Around the corner on Alpha, no short of 18 left for American. Runway 4 on a Runway 1 left short, take off.